everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we are doing the weekly for the sign of Taurus. Alright, this is going to be the last of the Earth sign weeklies for October 27th to November 3rd. And then I will start on the water signs. Alright guys, so we're going to pull out 3 romance angel cards, messages for the week. For those of you who are new to my channel, then we pull out 3 animal spirits for the week. And then we'll get into your actual 3 card spreads for the week. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry. It's a beat up card. It's come out a lot. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, either alone or together. You may be deciding to take a break. And deception. So somebody's wearing a false self mask in a relationship. Interesting. So, yes. This week is going, it's been interesting so far, the readings for the week. Only been doing the earth signs, but earth signs this week are really going through a lot of change, right? A lot of healing. A lot of moving on, freeing yourself. Let's go ahead and get your animal spirits out for the week. Animal spirits can just indicate what kind of energies you're dealing with or what kind of personalities you may be dealing with this week. Sometimes they can also indicate stages that you're about to enter into in your life. I do apologize for the state of my voice and the sniffles. I have a cold. Nevertheless. All right, Taurus. I am a Taurus rising myself, so I do resonate with the Taurus readings often. Let's see what it is for you this week. And of course, just take whatever applies to your situation, right? And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Hawk, air energy. Taking a broader view of a particular scenario. Whale energy. Water. Interesting. And we have fire energy, fire ant. All right, so dealing with somebody who's very sort of irritable, quick to anger, perhaps, some of you. All right. So before we get into your spreads, let's cover these animal spirits briefly. We have the hawk. The hawk is air energy, and the hawk represents all-seeing, watchful. When a hawk comes in, generally it indicates that fate has its eyes on you in a way, right? Things are about to happen. Messages, perhaps, are about to come in. They may be small or seem insignificant, but if you pay attention, if you're watchful, you pick up on the signs, they can be very impactful on changing the course that you are on. The hawk has the ability really to see the big picture as well as all the details. And so that's why we associate the hawk coming in with a sense of fate and sort of destiny happening right now. So for a lot of you, you're about to see things a lot more clearly. You're about to get perhaps a message of a way to go or a solution to an obstacle. Something is going to come in perhaps that is really going to be clarifying. Your intuitive ability may be stoked or piqued, right? And this is all going to be for the benefit of a positive shift right now in your life, right? Whale energy comes in. Whale energy is extremely emotionally stable and healthy. Whale energy is often associated with the feminine component of communication and compassion. Whale energy, individuals are not afraid to dig deep into feelings. This is a water spirit, animal spirit. So we're talking about emotions. A whale energy individual generally can be someone who can really handle trauma, handle deep emotions. They're not afraid of expressing emotions or going deeper into them, investigating them, because they have a profound sense of wisdom as well. The whale's already been through quite a lot, and so they have a lot of experience in that area. This person Somebody who's resonating with whale energy can be coming in to your life at times when you really need that kind of spiritual and emotional support. Or you could be indeed resonating with this energy for someone else or even for yourself right now to tap into so that you can go or get over some really difficult sort of emotional terrain right now. Then we have the fire ant. Excuse me. Fire ant energy is, of course, very fiery, very heated. Fire ant energy is associated with sticking rigidly, right? Sticking very rigidly to orders, to the way things should be. This is really kind of soldier mentality in a way, but sometimes it can go out of balance, and this can be someone who is very easily agitated or angered when things don't go their way or when things aren't, what I think of sort of obsessive compulsive, when people need to have things in a certain way and do things in a certain way. And if they're not, sometimes that can be kind of agitating, right? Fire ant energy is also sometimes associated with somebody who's just got a very hot temper. They may be very difficult to talk to right now. And usually, and if you're resonating with this energy yourself in a sense that you're not having much patience with people, you're finding it difficult to sort of see things going on around you because they don't really feel like they're going the way you think they should be going, and it's really rubbing you the wrong way. The best thing to do with this kind of energy is to pull away. Retreat is a great card message, romance angel message. Really, it's very compatible with fire energy in the sense that when you're feeling that way or when you're dealing with someone like that, you want to retreat, cool down, cool off, right? And kind of come back down to sort of like, I guess, reality in a way, or, just get yourself back into a state where you're not that agitated, right? You're not becoming so angry all the time. If you're dealing with somebody like this, then it's best to just really, I want to say whale energy can come in too, in a sense of have compassion, right? But, don't engage, right? Just pull away. If they're affecting you, or if they're hostile or angry with you and it's making you feel hostile and angry, then just retreat, Get away from that energy or get that energy out of your life. We're going to pull out now your forecast for the week, Taurus. We're going to pull out anywhere from 4 to 8 3-card outlooks and see what your week is looking like for October 27th to the 3rd. We want a clear message for our lovely Taurus. Clear messages on what scenarios you may or may not be sort of experiencing this week. Again, just take what applies to you. All right, Taurus, let's see. First out, we have the Fool. Right, very closely aligned with Hawk energy. 7 of Cups and Queen of Wands. All right, well, the Fool is indeed about to embark on a new path. He's about to start a new stage in his life. But right now, you're also kind of really, this week, I want to say that for some of you, if you haven't already started the path this week, you may get signs of wanting to do something new, something different. This week, you may be taking the first steps towards a new stage in your life, whether it's a new job or a move or a change in, your environment or your relationships, right? But it also brings with it a sense of real wishfulness, right? You're doing a lot of hoping and dreaming right now about this new stage. And it could be that you're not really sure what's going to happen, but, you do have a kind of fairy tale idea of what this new path is going to be about. Just take care, because oftentimes 7 of Cups can indicate also being a bit delusional, right? Not really seeing the truth of what's about to go on, or the truth of behind the scenes, or the reality of what can really be accomplished. Sometimes 7 of Cups can indicate kind of like pie in the sky thinking, right? You're imagining a fairy tale, but you're not being very realistic, right? You have to see what's really going on, see the facts on the ground before you imagine sort of a fairy tale outcome when you don't have all of the properties of a fairy tale, right? So sometimes Seven of Cups can indicate a need to kind of come down to earth, you know, and realize that, you know, sometimes some of the things, sometimes when we wish for certain things, they are unrealistic, right? I want to say Hawk energy feels like it's going to be very strong with this forecast, in the sense that some of you, you're about to start a new path anyway. You're on, you know, you're on the road to entering it. But I think you may indeed get some messages or some events happening this week. They could be meetings or discussions or things that your intuition has picked up that's really going to help you kind of sift through this to really see what's realistic in this new stage, you know, what you can realistically accomplish. Queen of Wands is interesting because she comes, excuse me, she comes in to remind you that transformation is difficult and it is hard. And it does require a certain courageousness and a certain fire to be able to get through it. Queen of Wands is one of those queens that really can face troubles head on. She has a lot of experience in life. You know, she's learned how to transform herself through trials and tribulations. So she really doesn't shy away from that, right? And it could very well be, I think for some of you this week, you do wake up to some of the reality of what you think this new stage is going to be. But you kind of double down on saying, well, that's fine. Maybe it's not the fairy tale I imagined, but I can handle whatever comes my way because I'm still going to go ahead with my plan. King of Wands, Tower, Ten of Cups. Interesting. So some of you are certainly starting the week off with King of Wands energy, in the sense that you're really forging ahead in a particular, again, I want to say it's not so much like the Fool, where the Fool feels quite new and fresh on another path. King of Wands is more like you're really forging ahead with a plan or an objective that you have had your eyes on for a very long time. There's every indication that you're going to achieve your goals, because you're the King of Wands, in the sense that the King of Wands is all about, following his fire, his ambition. And even if he is trying to achieve something that other people are telling him, you can't do that, it's too weird, it's too quirky, it's too edgy, whatever, the King of Wands doesn't really care about that, right? Excuse me. He is the king that leads his people, in a sense that he encourages everyone to be individual and to follow their path, no matter how much other people don't see it, right? And so in this way, it's a very Aries energy, being the innovator. And so you kind of start off the week with this, like you're forging ahead. You may be reestablishing sort of your authority in a particular project or endeavor that you're on. You may already be in a leadership position in a particular project or endeavor. However, interestingly enough, this week you do have a Tower moment. So something really amazing happens this week in a really positive way. You have kind of a Tower moment with somebody I think that you didn't expect to have. And you actually come out of it with a Ten of Cups. So you come out of it with a really happy love connection, but it's going to come out of nowhere, all right? And it will not be without trials and tribulations. I want to say that for some of you, because Tower moments, people oftentimes interpret Tower moments as being like bad, they're always bad and the good of it comes later. But Tower moments are just sometimes when everything we believe is shaken asunder. And this is a very positive Tower moment. It's almost as if, I want to say, like that person that you've been in love with, maybe that person that you've had unrequited love for, right? All this time, they haven't reciprocated your affections. All of a sudden this week, they see you in this leadership position, Taurus, or they see you as like, the king, right? You're doing your thing. You're just, you're full of all of your beauty and charm that the king is. Remember, this isn't gender specific. It could be male, female, Taurus. But when you're in your King of Wands, it's very regal. The eyes are on you. You're creative. You're unique. Individual, right? Your ambition and your sort of momentum is there. And it's really a great thing to see. And it's almost as if somebody that who has not really been connecting with you up until now. Suddenly there may be this connection happening, and it really comes in the form of a tower moment, and it ends up with a beautiful sort of completion to a connection, or finally the commitment in a particular relationship that you've been looking for a long time. Justice, Queen of Cups, and Six of Wands. This is again the same thing. Some of you have had an imbalance in a particular relationship where the communication has been very much on you, I think. And this week, it's like you come in, interestingly enough, you really come in with justice energy on you. So it's a sense, again, of fatalism happening, destiny happening in a lot of ways, Taurus. It's almost as if this week it's like things that have been meaning to happen or been meaning to come in are coming in. You know, rebalance is coming into a particular scenario. And someone is now coming back with that expression of love. They're willing to now exchange a cup of love with you. I'm going to say it's almost as if there's been like some deep healing that's happened, and you get a victory this week with the Six of Wands. You know, some of you get, and I want to say this is very much somebody coming back into you, right? Back to you, not you to them. This is very much like, because this Queen of Cups energy is coming into you this week, and it's very much like, again, like someone perhaps in the past that has not been as open or receptive to you, or whatever the case may be. Perhaps there was deception at play at some point, but whatever the case was, they come back with a full cup and a willingness to communicate and open up to you. And it's like everything is rebalanced and your victory comes in. Six of Wands, you have a victory, and it's almost as if you guys get back together. I want to say for some of you, this could very well be someone who you broke up with due to like either gossip or cheating or some kind of really negative vibrational communication, right? And it's almost as if, you know, either they learned their lesson or the truth came out, and it's like they come back, right? They come back completely wide open and ready to sort of, you know, be with you, maybe even apologize, and you finally get your victory in the sense that you knew you were right all along. Sun energy, Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. How many spreads do we have so far? We've done 4. Okay, so Sun energy comes in. Some of you come in this week and you're really on top. You're on top, Taurus. You know, clarity comes in. Fortune begins to shine on you. When the sun is there, it's like you're in the spotlight, right? The blessings are coming in. The sun is shining on you. Also, clarity comes in. You begin to see a particular situation more clearly than you did before. This is really beautiful because Sun and Night comes in, and someone comes in for you also this week who really believes in you. I'm going to say Knight of Wands energy could be an individual, or it could just be that a particular endeavor or project that you've been working on begins to move forward again, right? It begins to sort of like pick up its pace and its momentum after some stagnation. This could also be an individual who comes in for you and really helps you sort of like move a particular endeavor forward. It could be business, it could be a project that you're working on, or some kind of art that you're working on, whatever the case may be. Could very well be also a relationship, right? Somebody who kind of comes back in for you, and they're really enthusiastic about what you're doing, right? And they want to be with you on this path, or they want to help you with this particular endeavor of yours. And it's a real wish fulfillment for you. 9 of Cups comes in. It's a real blessing. Yeah, the 9 of Cups talks about the type of blessings that are not necessarily associated with long-term relationships, because that's a 10 of Cups. But 9 of Cups is like real wish fulfillment and blessings that come in a sense of you're happy. Things are working out the way they should, right? And a lot of this is, I want to say for some of you, this is coming in after probably a period of things not having worked out so well, especially if you're doing like a business or a career. Page of Pentacles Empress and Lovers. This is going to be the last spread, guys. Page of Pentacles. Well, you really start the week off really being very practical, and really taking care of a lot of day-to-day activities and things like that. It's really like a week of, chores, errands, taking care of your bills or whatever the case may be, things like that, things that are very grounded and practical activities. You come in, and you're feeling very fresh, and you have a lot of energy. I want to say this week is also about you being extremely creative and putting a lot of energy into yourself for some of you. With this particular spread, you get reminded after, coming in. You may also be coming in to be called upon, some of you, to help someone else with a particular scenario, and they need your expertise to help them over a particular obstacle in a very practical way. Like you may actually go to their house or business and help them with something. But also you get reminded this week that you really need to put a lot of energy into yourself, right? Make sure that you are nourished and that you continue to sort of pour love and energy into your own well-being, your own self-confidence, so that you can continue to be creative. Empress energy can also indicate really the growing of a new sort of creative endeavor or a new creative side to yourself. The increase of a lot of creative potential and energy in general, right? But also just, this is very Venus energy. This is like taking care of yourself, your body, and just really, things to help our self-esteem and how we feel, right? So that we can go out into the world and be more nurturing to the world. So this is a real pampering week. And a Lover's energy comes in for you. And I'm going to say for some of you, you may be getting pampered this week by a lover. All right? Someone, Taurus, I want to say someone really makes you feel like the Empress, Someone really is kind of locking it down, right? Lovers is beautiful, right? It's really beautiful energy. And this is what you come out with. So for some of you, certainly this pampering that happens, this luxuriating, this happens at the hands of a lover who may be who you may be with, or who wants to be with you and let you know how much they really care for you. It kind of steps up a notch for some of you. Certainly if you're in a relationship, the kind of affection and connection really steps up. Some of you may indeed be getting pregnant, right? Looking towards motherhood with this Empress and Lovers card. Certainly if you are in a love soulmate connection, you may have just gotten married, right? Lovers is just beautiful. It's a harmonious major arcana relationship. So this is definitely a long-term relationship. If it's a new one, it promises to be a soulmate connection. And if it's already an ongoing relationship, like I said, for some of you, you may be getting pampered, or you may indeed be looking towards having children, or at least talking about having children, because that can also be associated with Page of Pentacles, the conversation about possibly having children. All right, guys? All right, this is your reading for October 27th to November 3rd. I hope you enjoyed it, Taurus. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe, share the video. Hit the notification button, because I often do have live streams, and sometimes I notify my channel, or I put them up on my channel with very short notice depending on my schedule. So if you hit the notification bell, you will find out anytime I have a new video that's about to start, or a new stream. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. But that's it for right now, Taurus. I'm going to say have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.